What's up, everybody? Good morning. Let's get this in early. All right. We need this sip early. So, this one's to all those cowards. You better sponsor me. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I see S-Grab's in here with an early bang bang. Ruben, Glenn, guys, the gang's all here. What's up, Gregory, Doovie, Gurjra, also with a great. Was in here last night with the thumb. I adjusted the thumbnail early, but that inside joke's for us now, man. That inside joke is for us. Yeah, happy rare pack. Happy rare pack, everyone. How we doing? I took a few days off and the market tanked. I believe the last time I took a few days off, the same thing happened. I'm not saying they go together. I'm not saying one impacts the other, but here we are. We have a lot of stuff going on today. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go, because it's so freaking early, because I got to go to work in a little bit. We're going to go over some programming stuff. We're going to go over some basketball this weekend, and then we're going to go over the marketplace. But first and foremost, throwdowns are today, right? By now, I'm sure everyone has checked and tweeted about their collector score. If you had over 220, right, we're getting this pack. A lot of questions about if this pack is minus EV, plus EV. We haven't had a pack be minus EV yet, so I'm still of the mindset that it's plus EV, but who knows? Maybe this is the first one. But if you're asking, am I getting one, or if I'm going after one, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm doing it. Yeah, Doovie, you right. When am I taking off again? Let's cash in on this trend. Takes one day off. The whole thing falls apart. All right, so let's go over some programming stuff right off the top. So 4 o'clock Eastern today. What's that? 1 p.m. Pacific, and that's the only time zone math I can do right now this early. We'll be back for a live stream going over all things throwdown leading us up to the drop. So I'll be back 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and then let's get those packs, right? Tomorrow, Sawyer's up in here. Tomorrow, we're streaming at 89 Cavs. All right, Tuesday night. I believe it's going to be 7:30 Eastern. 89 Cavs is back. Wednesday. Now, if you guys aren't on Twitter, you haven't seen this, but our man E. Portsy came through, gifted a Zion Rising Star for the community, and we're going to be giving that away on Wednesday, but there's some rules, so you got to come check us out on Twitter to see what the rules are. We'll talk more about that, but that's going to be Wednesday night, I believe, at 9 Eastern. So we got a lot going on this week. It's going to be a jam-packed week. We get some throwdowns, though. But let's go over all the garbage from this weekend. I'm going to focus on hold on. What did Rich say? Rich said, I mean, you can't get super lucky on your commons and get all that 5 and still not your money back for 149. Yeah, I don't know. Again, we saw Dustin open the worst hollow pack of all time, right? We had a double Dragic, a DeAndre Jordan, and then a Josh Jackson hollow, and he's still 2x. I'm not saying you're going to 2x. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just, until we see a pack be minus EV, I'm not buying it yet. So, I mean, I am buying the pack. You know what I'm saying. Guys, I am sleepy, and this is a tough start to the show, I feel like. I got to up the energy. And the only way to do that, let's get a little Dort report, huh? All right, best thing about that is Dort sat last night, so we're not even going to go over that game first. Ooh, Jamie with the Heat, number 1 LeBron in the Commons with this throwdown pack. So here we go. All right, let's go over some of the action from this weekend. First and foremost, the Boston Celtics are trash. I said this a month ago. I said this 2 months ago. They should have gone into the tank when they had the chance. Now, I was having this conversation with someone the other day. What do you think is more disheartening for a team, for like in the clubhouse, in the locker room? What's more disheartening? Trying to win and losing to the Bulls by 30 and ultimately playing in the play-in game, or actively losing and missing the play-in game but getting a top pick? Like, what's more disheartening? I can't, because everyone was like, oh, it's bad for the team chemistry, it's bad for the juju of the locker room if they tank. Really? Well, I don't think losing to the Bulls by 30 in must-win games. Anyways, Celtics lost to the Heat 130-24. Celtics also do this thing where they're like, they go out of their way to go down 25, 30 points at halftime and then fight back and lose. But it's so dumb. Jimmy Butler, though, 26, 11, and 8. Bam, 20 and 6. Duncan Robinson got 22, went 6 for 10 from 3. Also, Duncan is like the fastest player of all time to 500 threes. And he beat Luka, had just broken the record recently. But he beat it by like 30 games. Like, it wasn't even that close. Tatum had 29, 6, and 5, and what's his name? Fournier, 30. So yeah, lot happening. They suck. I want to look at Jimmy Butler though. Can we go look at Jimmy Butler? What's going on in the chat? I feel like there's a lot of back and forth. We're talking about Tyler Hero. No, Tyler Hero is bad. Tyler Hero is bad right now. Tyler Hero is bad right now. Is what I'll say. All right, let's share screen. Enough of this. You guys can tell, right? We are not firing at all cylinders this morning. You can feel it, right? Let me blow this up a little bit. All right. I wanted to pull up Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler quietly, because the Heat really haven't been good, quietly have been putting up, he's been putting up like big numbers. I think he's an all NBA guy, right? Is he going to make an all NBA team? Not that the all NBA news is going to bump anything, but Jimmy is good, guys. Jimmy is good. The Heat are also now pretty much locked, and they're not locked in, but are pretty much at the 6th seed now. So the Nets are only a half game ahead of the Bucks for the 3 seed. So either the Nets or the Sixers are going to get the Nets or the Bucks are going to get the Heat in the first round, which congratulations. Now you get Jimmy buckets, man. All right. So anyways, let's look at Butler. $4. We're seeing the $4 floor. Remember when the ticket news came out and we're like, the floor is now $7 to $10. Well, we are back to 4, baby. 115 for that series 1. Excuse me, that was a big gulp. That was some ASMR stuff in the morning. Let's see. I want to see what his Top Shot debuts at, though. 445. That's dipped below the 500. Yikesies. Below the 500. Guys, just in general, what are people doing right now during the dip? Is everyone in there scooping some stuff up, or do we think this is more of a prolonged dip? I got called out. I moved off of a LeBron this weekend. His series 2 3-pointer. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to keep going down for a little bit. And I think I can buy that back later. And I'd rather build up a dapper. I'm not saying that's what you should do. This is not financial advice. It's borderline just not advice at all. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. But anyways, okay. So 445 for that debut. Where's that series 1 that we looked at too? 115 for series 1. Ryan says it's been a dip for a month and a half. Well, we saw the floor rise. It's only really been like a 4 or 5. I mean, we saw a big dip, but then it came back up and it's going back down. It's gonna move around, baby. It's gonna move around. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep this train rocking. Ooh, Adrian up in here said just completed hustle and show challenge. What should I keep besides the reward itself? Oh man, that's up to you. Who do you like? RJ Hampton is pretty legit right now. He's looking good. He's looking good. Andrew says, think the dip is a slow burner, but will drop more. Playoffs should hopefully pick it up. Rare pack killed the market. Yeah, but hey, at some point we have to stop. Like, either we have to do one or two things: stop being on Top Shot, or 2, we have to stop overreacting every time the market drops because the pack drops. Right? Like at some point we have to learn from what's going on. We're like, oh yeah, the market drops every single time this happens. So why do we lose our mind every time it happens? Like, we know it's coming. So I don't know. That's something we need to work on as people. We need to grow as people. I saw my family this weekend, so I feel like I'm emotionally vulnerable right now. You know what I mean? I'm like connected to you. Guys, I didn't get enough sleep. All right, we've only done one game so far, and it was mostly me yelling about the Celtics. All right, Knicks Clippers, 106 hundo. Hey, listen, this was a pretty big win for the Knicks. You know, the Clippers were pretty much at full strength in the sense that they had their 2 best players. They had Paul George and Kawhi. And, you know, this is like Knicks basketball, right? Like an ugly game like this, 106-1 hundo. Derrick Rose is really the only guy I kind of want to look at. He had 25, 8, and 6. Reggie Bullock had 24. I think he shot from like 5 for 12 from 3. And then Kawhi, 29, 4, and 3. So Kawhi looks good. But let's look at my man D Rose first. I think I might have said this. I don't know, guys. I've done so many streams. I can't remember what I said. But one of the things that I love about Chris Vernon from the Mismatch on the Ringer podcast, he was like, if you didn't know that Derrick Rose was a former MVP, right? Like if you didn't know his whole backstory and just saw what he was doing this year, you'd be like, damn, this dude can ball. But I think we have in our mindset, like, oh yeah, remember how explosive and athletic he was? Like he was a monster. But he's still, I mean, dude, he's balling. He's absolutely balling. All right, here we go. Sawyer, what's going on in here? Imagine thinking Tyler Hero and the Heat are dangerous after beating a fledgling Celtics team and the second worst team in the NBA in Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota's not playing like the second best team in the NBA right now. I'm not saying Miami's dangerous. I'm just saying I'd much rather play a Charlotte team. I would much rather play the Celtics. I would much rather play, like when you're talking about first round matchups, there's a lot of teams I'd rather play before I'd rather play Heat. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra. I'm not excited about that matchup. And when Jimmy plays, the Heat are good. I mean, they were off to such a slow start. Speaking off to a slow start, let's look at Derrick Rose because I still haven't done that yet. All right, $5 for that 35K moment. 169 for the gift, which whatever. Wow, his top shot debut. I guess because it's out of 1,000. It's interesting that this is so much more expensive than a lot of them, but it's 720. Don't go get that. Don't go get that. I honestly, Derrick Rose might be too priced up. Honestly, interesting. I'm kind of surprised by that. That's the first time I feel like I've ever pulled up Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? All right. There's a lot of people saying Imagine Thinking. How about Imagine Dragons, guys? How about Imagine Dragons, huh? Rich says you can't beat the Nets 4 times in 7 games. That's it. Dude, who knows, man? Where's Harden at? Like, we're close to the playoffs, dudes. Playoffs like next week and a half. Like, they got to get right. They got to get right, and they haven't looked right. I think at full speed, healthy, absolutely, yeah. But if they're not there, I don't know. I've seen weirder stuff happen. All right, Ryan, I know you want me to share this because you've put it in twice, so I'll share it. Positive note, saw a Panini Pack opening segment during a broadcast during last night's Suns-Lakers game. Gave me a thought about how they will handle Top Shot advertising. Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. Pels Hornets, what a gross game. 112-110. The Pels took it down. Bledsoe, wow. Anytime we talk about Bledsoe, just kill me. 24-11, Rozier 43, PJ 14-12.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
Can you believe it? You have both drops in the first 15 minutes of this bad boy. LaMelo, 22, 5 and 4. Glenn, you're right. No Zion, man. What a sucky injury, huh? God, such a bummer, especially as the Pels were making a little run to try to get in the playoffs. That really bummed me out. Was it a fractured finger, fractured pinky, something like that? All right, let's look up Terry. Terry's we'll look up PJ too. We're not looking up Bledsoe. But Terry's had just some monster games. $4 for that 35K moment. There we go. 158 for his debut. That's only out of 1,500. I kind of like that. MGLE reward for 750. I don't really like that. But for that Top Shot debut, 158. I don't hate it. Let's look at LaMelo before we look at PJ. Because I saw someone in the Discord this weekend said they snagged. Wow, so down to 1,475. Yeah, that they snagged around 1,600 or 1,400, something like that. But we're still seeing the rare rising star hold a little more water than the base moment, which was an awesome conversation we had last week. If you want to go back and watch. All right, let's look at PJ. But here's the thing, though. Do we think this just continues to go down? Which it's we need Aldridge music. No, we don't. $4 for that floor 35K moment. Also, shout out Aaron Borland. He's going to give away some PJs later this week. That Top Shot debut, it shot up to 180 at one point, back down to 124. That rookie debut jumped up over 1,000. Yes, last week, back down to 777. Yeah, keep an eye on the market. Glenn's saying the Quickly badge moment is low. Let's look up Emmanuel quickly. Oh, I feel like I'm going in slow motion today. 155. Wow. 155 for Emmanuel quickly. That bad boy was up in the 1K range for a while. Yikesies. Yeah, but I think, LMA music would have to be a country song. No, yeah, I think you're right. Room says, I think I'm going to start holding Dapper for the offseason. Big dip there, maybe. So that was kind of my thought process behind moving off that LeBron three-pointer. I'm not saying move off LeBron's any either. I think if it was a lower, like a series 1 moment, I absolutely would still be holding it. But it feels like I might be able to get off that where I did and then scoop it back up later if I want to for a cheaper price. Again, I don't know. I don't know that. Every time I've made any decision on LeBron, I've been wrong. So I fully anticipate being wrong again. And I didn't do it for the pack drop. I know there's a lot of people talking about that, like, oh, we need to get liquid for the pack drop. It's still hard to hit one of these packs. So that's not what I'm doing. But there are moments that I'm looking at that I'm like, if this is going to continue to go down, I just remember the last time we went through this dip, and I wish I had a dapper balance because I would have been scooping and scooping and scooping. And now this is where I'm at. Ooh, quickly versus Cole, who we want. Sawyer answers, Cole World. I do like Cole Anthony quite a bit. The thing about Emmanuel Quickly though is you got to remember he's playing for Tibbs, and Tibbs like hates playing rookies. So the fact that he's getting as many minutes as he is as a rookie is probably a good sign. But I think that's going to take a little time to develop to really see Quickly ceiling. But I think I'm with Cole right now as well. Liam says this dip does concern me a little. I thought we were going to continue to rise into the playoffs. These prices seem worryingly low. They do seem low. So there's some good news, right? If we want to be positive, actually, let's be negative first. If we want to be negative, like we were hoping for a boom in the playoffs. We were seeing the floor rise a little bit, so that got us excited. And now to see it dip when it should still be going up is a little noteworthy. Totally. Good news if we want to be positive about it. We started saying this like a week or two ago, right? That maybe we're already building in the boom with the playoffs. You know, because we've done this a couple of times. We're like, get ready for the badges, and then the badges come out, and it was like the whole idea of buy the hype, sell the news, right? The badges come out, and it doesn't really take off like we thought they were going to, because a lot of these moments have badges because we're still in so early. So I wonder if that was kind of built in already. But I mean, it does seem like we're going to see some marketing soon. You know, we're seeing some new users. So I'm short-term concerned, but again, it goes back to that whole thought process. Like, if you were planning, like Rich is like, imagine getting in last February, totally, right? Imagine, you're in the red right now, but were you planning on getting out in April and May? Well, that's the other thing, right? Like it's hard. I totally get like checking the account valuation. I did it this morning, and for the first time in a while, it's lower than I want to see it. But I still think, I'm not in full panic mode yet. Not in full panic mode, but it goes back to just like, don't fire in money you're not willing to punt, All right, let's keep going. I'm being so slow, and I got to go soon. Mavs 124, Cavs 97. The only dude I want to, like, Luka, man, what are you doing? Luka trying to take out Sexton's little nougats, ready little ball shot, got him kicked out. But I do want to pull up Timmy, who had 25 last night, and he's just been balling lately. His Top Shot debut is a metallic gold, which is very weird, but $255 for that bad boy, $4 for the 35K moment, and then his legendary, $12.99. So Timmy's someone I'm just paying attention to him as they go into the playoffs. Like he's gonna be if the Mavs are gonna do anything, he needs to get hot. He's gonna get hot. All right, Wolves Magic 120. Wow, 96 maybe. Wolves 128-96. Karl Anthony Towns 27-9. D'Angelo Russell 27-8-6. RJ Hampton 19-5-3. Yeah. Let's look at Towns again, because he just continues to put up monster numbers without a ton of respect. Top Shot debut 219. He's putting up big boy numbers. Let's look at Russell too. It's his top shot debut. Wow, it's gone down like $15-20 this weekend. Out of 28.79, man, I don't love D'Angelo Russell, but it is getting to a point where it's like, ooh, maybe. And let's look at RJ Hampton. Man, I hate figuring out who's got periods in their names and who doesn't. $33 for that Hustle and Show. So, wow, the Hustle and Show is kind of held where it was, right? But $17 for that, all them badges out of 12K. I don't hate it. I think I'm starting to get long on RJ. He looks good. The thing, those stats are so misleading though. Like he's still when you're putting up numbers like that on a bad team where they're most likely getting blown out, so he's getting extended run. I don't know. But I like RJ. That's it, though. That's all we're going to talk about that game. Bulls, Pistons, 108-96. Bulls get a win. Levine dropped 30. Vucci, 29-16. But we look them up every time. Sadiq Bey, though. Sadiq Bey, 20-7. Killian Hayes, 21-8-7. Beef Stew, 19-7. Those Pistons young guns, they are looking good. So let's look up Bey first. Sadiq Bey, that same thing, right? So the hustle and show right around 36, but the rookie badges out of 12K down at 22. I like that. Let's look up Beef Stew. Let's throw Killian Hayes in there as well. We'll look at all three of them. I like this core moving forward. They're intriguing. Killian Hayes' first moment. Remember, this one's out of 4K. That's under 100. Where's Beef Stew? Beef Stew's 35K moments, $5. And his 4K moment is now down to 54, man. Beefy Stew. Give me that Beef Stew, baby. Give me that Beef Stew. Too cheap. Dare I say. Too cheap. Like Beef Stew. They're just showing some upside. They're showing some upside. They're going to suck for a while, but they're going to get another top pick this year. They're going to get another top pick. I kind of like it. All right, let's look up Levine too. I know that Cool Cats took a bath, took an absolute bath. Here we go. So Levine's got a ton of moments. That Cool Cat's down at 37. You get a 15K moment for $11. Wow. Seeing Stars is 22. 35K is 5. Where's his debut moment? Let's look at that. 253 for the debut. Wow. Slam dunk champ, Zach LaVine. Kyle K says, hustle and show holding up because people aren't selling off moments that have utility. A point we need to get to where all moments have some form of utility, hardcore, all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Right, because we've got the whole rumor of this next Cool Cats challenge being well, it's not a rumor that it is going to be showcased, but that we're probably going to need either a hustle and show, or we're going to need a Seeing Stars or a Cool Cats or something like that. So yeah, Glenn says Levine's getting no love lately. Yeah, I know, because he's been the team is so bad, even though they smoked the Celtics by 30 on Friday. All right, 2 games left. Sacramento 126, OKC 98. Baisley at 18-6. Bagley at 13-9. That game was pretty much, we don't need to talk about. Big win for the Lakers last night, though. Shout out Dustin. This was the last game. Lakers 123, Suns 110. Booker had 21-6, CP3 13-10. But AD, man, 42, 12 boards, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. 3 steals and 3 blocks. Like, just absolutely filled the stat line up. And, no Schroeder, no LeBron, no Kuzma. He had to do it all. But that's a pretty big win for them. They need those wins. All right, Cash Out King says this pack might not profit, it's looking bad, and then says it should have been $99. Yeah, but if it was set at $99, it's still probably want to get profit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I think we treat it the same way. But I don't know. I'm gonna wait. We haven't seen a pack be negative EV yet, so I'm gonna wait till we see it before I believe it. Ruben says, I think the first negative EV is going to be the one on Friday. These ones will have challenges that always pump the moments. I just don't see it. He says, no sense. $4.99 rare pack was $99. Then they make this pack $149. Yeah, because I think the throwdown is, they've already said that the range is going to be all over the place, right? And I don't know. For me personally, I didn't want those metallic golds, but I do want the throwdowns, even though they're out of 1,800 versus 499. I get it, but I'd much rather have the throwdowns than the metallic golds. None of those metallic golds stood out to me. The throwdowns kind of look sick, so I'm excited about those. All right, here we go. Let's keep moving. Oh yeah, so I want to look at AD. Cool Cat at 99. 35K is at 8. Where's his debut at right now? Ooh, it's up over 1,000. 1074 out of 1,400. And then you get some other Series 1 stuff here, 340, 388. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the Lakers back at full strength because I'm just ready. I'm ready for the playoffs, man. I'm ready for it. All right, let's keep going. Rich says people who will get a pack would be crazy selling their rare below 100. I mean, getting in the collector score and getting lucky in the queue and then lost below. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm here with you. There are 6 moments in the throwdown pack. The throwdown rare needs to be worth 90 to 100 to make the pack profitable. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and Doobie, the Rising Star was 229, and those are out of 2021. Yeah, so they're going to be all over the place. They're going to be all over the place. All right, let's go over to Own the Moment. Let's look at, I'm going to refresh this just in case anything shifted in the last few minutes. So our top gainers here, Iggy, Stoudemire's run it back. DeRozan's lace him up. Jay Crowder, I don't know, does that mean it was down to $3 at one point? And then Buddy Hield's hollow. And then the losers, Maxey, Robin Lopez, good. Alec Burks, Jokic, and Jeremy Grant. But let's go over and look at the challenges. So Hustle and Show, yeah, 231 to complete it. 67 or 6,800 basically have completed it so far. Wow. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, Ruben says, let's talk about the Miles Bridges throwdown. Yeah, I'm going to come back at 4 o'clock. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, we're back here streaming up until the drop. At that point, the caffeine will have fully just gone right to my veins, and I'll be ready to rock out like... not like I am right now because your boy is hurting. We got back late last night. We're up early. Boy. Rich Alvarez, you can get 5 jaws for your comments and you're still losing. Guys, you don't have to get the packs then, right? You don't have to do it. If there's a, no one's forcing you. If you're not feeling it, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, the queue does possibly open up an hour before. You are right. All right, here we go. So let's look at them. So right, this staying right at 35.22. So there's a bigger gap now. Before, when I looked at this on Thursday, it was somewhere between 33 for the first moment or for the highest price and 28 for the lowest, right? So we're seeing a little bit more of a gap because people are like, oh, I guess I don't want to Kent Bazemore. But this is still relatively affordable, right? So you can complete a challenge here for $230. And like Sawyer was saying, if you don't, you get a Giannis, right? You get a Giannis. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Rich, you don't have to shut up, Rich. You can say whatever you want here. You can say whatever you want, Rich. This is a safe space, baby. All right, let's look at the metallic gold one too. Man, I'll buy every pack I'm eligible for. That's where I'm at. I'm still going for it. You can, who knows? I feel like I actually haven't hit a pack in a while. I realize that. I feel like I'm still getting them because they're either a pre-reg or like a stress test or something like that. But I haven't hit an actual pack in a while. So I'm excited. I'm excited to hopefully get a pack here. The metallic gold here. So this is for DeMar. 128 completed with a little over a day left. But you can see all the prices are dipping a little bit. You still need almost $1,800 to do it. So I guess if you have the MPJ, which is clearly more expensive than the rest of them. But see, this is why I wasn't too intrigued by the metallic gold, and I'm more excited about the throwdown. There's just so many of these. TJ, MC Dubs, Dante DiVincenzo, like those guys that I'm not super pumped about. Here we go. Look at Sawyer with some numbers. I'm long on the marketplace that has nearly $1 billion in sales since October 2020. I know, right? Yeah, I do like the 50-50 odds for today's pack drop. I'm with you. Hey, what do we think about the collector scores? What were people's thoughts on that? I think there was a lot of back and forth of like, oh, it should have been higher. Like the number should have been higher than 220, but I don't know. I kind of like that they're still making people eligible for this, right? It's still not an insane hoop to jump through to be eligible for the pack, but they're also eliminating those who clearly aren't active in the marketplace. Like if you were just an active, avid collector, like this shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem, right? Unless you're relatively new and you just got in, and then it's a little bit tricky. But I know a lot of people are like, oh, that should have been 1,000. Like it's so easy to get to it. Schleier said they screwed me. I got 205 out of 220. I've only been active for 2 weeks, so that sucks. Yeah, so that is right. Like if you were relatively new but still a collector, it is a little bit harder to get there. But But now we know, now we know what the requirements were for this and how they're going to, we now have the rubric of how these points are going to be accrued. So moving forward, you kind of know, right? Doobie's like, yeah, baby, I was at 1,400. 19 times series 2 would get you to the 220, not too difficult. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll see this go up a little bit, right? That the number requirement. Wow, I'm struggling with the word requirement. But we're seeing that I'm sure that's going to come up a little bit. It won't always be 220, but again, I don't know. I don't think it was, I like it. I like where their head's at. I think this was better than, emailing us after being like, if you have 35 moments, you're good. If you have one legendary, you're good. Now we have a rubric. We have a scoring system. We know what to do in order to get to be eligible. So I like it. Shalive says, I feel like the problem is that moving forward, you probably won't know what your score. Yeah, until I agree. But I would imagine, right? Say we have another MGLE drop in 2 weeks. I don't think the number is going to go from 220 to 700. It might be 250. So as long as you're continuing, I'm sure as long as you're continuing to get pre-reg packs or just showing that you're a little bit active in the marketplace, I think you're going to be okay. And that's Ruben's right. With this many packs, it couldn't be that. It couldn't be that. Can you go over the weighting system on collector score? I was kind of confused. Yeah, let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. So let's go to, what's the easiest way to do this? We'll go to packs. Pack details. Here we go. Wait, is it going to be in this? Sorry, guys. Hold on. I think I went to the wrong one. One moment. Guys, I'm all over the place today. View the complete pack content. Details about the collector score. Jeez, here we go. All right. Let me scroll down to where it's at, and then I'll blow. Oh, I got to add it to the stream. Here we go. Common base. So series 1 moments. Each base moment is worth 25 points. Each non-base moment, 40. Rare is 100. Legendary worth 2,000. So series 1 challenge rewards. I like that they made the challenge rewards worth something because that does go to collectors. And that's whether you completed the challenge organically or just scooped the moment off the marketplace, right? So it kind of gives a little more incentive to hold some of those cool cats or hustling shows or seeing stars, right? So series 1 challenge rewards, 37, non-base 60, rare 150, legendary 3,000. And then over series 2, 12 points. Common promos 10, non-base set 20, rare 80, legendary 1,000, legendary 15. So that's kind of how you get those points, right? Yeah, it'll be high for the legendary. I don't think it's going to be over 1,000 though, right? Or maybe at 1,000. I don't know. They said the score will be dynamic, and I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually see it change as we buy and sell moments. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be at this number moving forward. I think we'll see some sort of shift in it, but I just don't think it's going to be that great. Glenn says, got in March 31st and have a 540 collector score. Yeah. I'm in the blog right now, Amir. I'm in the blog right now. I just got a couple cheap legendary and you probably good for anything. Yeah, just drop a couple grand is what Dewey's saying. Can you show how many points you would get with, for example, a Curry 15K moment? So, right, we go to series 2, common base sets. You get 12 points. So it doesn't seem like there's a difference between 7,500, 15K, or 35K. All of those are still worth 12 points each. And that's right. John's right. They will choose it to match how many collectors they want access to each drop. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be needed for today. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. We're going to be honest. Your boy's hurting. I think I need to get some more coffee before I go into work because this is a rough scene. This is a rough scene this morning. We're back 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to rock out. We're going to rock out for this pack drop. We're going to get packs. Whether they're minus EV or plus EV, we don't know. But we are going to go get packs today. We are tomorrow night. The 89 Cavs are back. Wednesday night, we have the Zion Rising Star giveaway. If you haven't seen that on our Twitter, get on our Twitter to see that. All right? Because that's going to be not only that. Ready? Wednesday, we're giving away a Zion. We're going to be giving away a Hustle and Show. We're going to be giving away Seeing Star. This is going to be a party. Hopefully we have some packs to rip. So we're excited. So Wednesday night's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you're following us on Twitter at Team Hold NFT. You can follow me at Mike Zakarian. Jump into Discord if you haven't. All of that stuff. And you're right. We do need Where is it? We do need a coffee sponsorship, John. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. All right, y'all. I will see you tonight or this afternoon. I'll be fully caffeinated, ready to go. High energy. That's what we're going to be getting. Let's get out of here with the Dort Report, all right?